Um, I fully admit I like to do the 3-2-1 with my baby backs, which some people actually I like to do like 3-2 and then like half. I found an hour is too long in the final. So what I do is for the first 3 hours, I just put them on the smoker at 200 degrees, right? 3 hours. Okay, I have them seasoned. They're dry rubbed. I have a rub I really love.
So
Um,
what's your temperature for the first 3 hours?
200,
200. Okay.
200. Okay, so they sit on there for 3 hours and they cook at 200 degrees for 3 hours. At that
That's
point,
right.
I go ahead and I turn it up to 225, and I take my ribs and I wrap them in tin foil.
So you don't
Uh,
roll it up to 300. You just
no,
the
no.
25 entries. Okay.
Yep. So, and every half hour in the first 3 hours, I go down and I spritz them with apple cider vinegar. Okay, so I got dry rub on them. I'm adding
You
apple
bet.
cider vinegar. After 3 hours, I wrap them in tin foil. Inside the tin foil, I add about for each rack of ribs, probably about quarter to half a stick of butter and some apple juice. And what that does is that really steams them, and it really makes the meat soft.
So you put
And
them in that, or do you just slather it on top of them?
oh, I put them in a wrap. I build like a
Okay,
tinfoil
so you
boat.
so you build a tinfoil boat. Okay.
Yeah, no, I take like regular tinfoil and I
Yeah.
make like, for lack of a better term, a boat.
There you go.
I turn them
Boats and
upside
hose. Got
down.
it.
That way the bone doesn't tear the tinfoil or aluminum foil, I guess it is.
Okay.
And I pour in some apple juice and I put in, but like I said, a quarter half stick of butter,
You
and
bet.
then I I rewrap them, wrap the top also, so they're completely covered with apple juice and butter in them. Put them back on for 225 for another 2 hours. That's really, I mean, realistically, at that point, the ribs are done. They're ready to go. The last half hour, all I do is I just grab my barbecue sauce that the family loves for me to put on them. I put it on the barbecue sauce, unwrapped, another 225, about a half hour, just enough to kind of caramelize the barbecue sauce on the
Sear them
ribs.
up a little bit.
Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
so like if we're doing full family where I'm doing 6 racks, I usually leave one rack that I don't barbecue sauce up. I love a good dry rub on my ribs. I don't really need if it's a good dry rub, I don't need to put barbecue sauce on them. It's like when people cook a steak and they ask for A1 or Heinz 57. I'm like, motherfuckers, that steak's cooked good. You don't need that shit, right? If you're seasoning the steak, it doesn't need the sauce.
I get it. No, I
So
wholeheartedly get it.
so so yeah, I spend, 5-6 hours doing ribs when I do those, but it's worth every minute of it. But realistically, 3/4 of that time I'm just sitting around enjoying a cold beverage and
See, that's how
so
we get away with drinking in our old age. We find a hobby that
that's
that people like to eat what we do. I mean,
that's right.
seriously.